Okay, I guess we will start. Good evening, everyone. Respected Dr. Adrianus, sir, members of the IADPE, and dear doctors. So, we welcome you back for our 53rd episode of Learn from Our Master series, organized by the IADPE, and it's always a pleasure to be here. So, for those who are attending our webinar for the first time today, I would like to do a little bit of introduction. We are the International Association for Dental Practice Excellence, who believe that we ensure predictable outcomes for dentists of all disciplines and abilities. Our organization is established based on the observation that the dentistry is complex and requires ongoing learning experience. We conduct various webinars and workshops to enhance the skills of dental professional and guide your dental journey. So without further ado, let us start our series in which our topic of discussion is the anterior restoration, given by Dr. Adriana sir. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Adriana sir for today's discussion. Sir, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My voice audible for you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good evening, everyone. Allow me to introduce myself. Thanks before to Dr. Sanov that give me the opportunity to share my clinical experience in this forum. I've been asked to discuss the topic about anterior restoration with aesthetic technique. So thank you before for all my colleagues that joined this forum. This topic is purely based on my career experience as a dentist and insight by share from other friends in dental professional. Okay. We start now, Dr. Sanaf?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anterior tooth is polychromatic. So at least we need two color to restoration this feeling. As we know, this topic is still very hot, I think. Many dentists are still obsessed to filling teeth as similar as possible to natural teeth using composite. Otherwise, composite manufacturers are also racing to create composite that are strong, aesthetically, and resistant from shrinkage. So it's time for us to realize the best and healthiest feeling for our patient perfect smile. So we need here two layer of composite to get the aesthetic restoration. The natural tooth primarily determined by the color of enamel and the color of dentin. So the enamel is translucent and appear white, while dentin, which located under the enamel, is naturally yellowish in color. So the combination of these two layers influence the overall color of the teeth. Other factor like genetic, age, and environmental factor also influence the color of teeth. So by determine the composite color that match the original color of dentin and enamel of the tooth, we can match the filling color to the original tooth color at least closely. At the end, I will show you my documentary video. So now I will explain you what the theory that I make. So the principle is keep it simple and fast. This is the two factor that very difficult to be realized in the real clinical procedure. The pattern is how to make various color to match the original tooth color by blending composite color available in the market. As we know, in the market, there are many brand of the composite like Universal Shade that maybe the dominant we use in clinical dentist. And then there is a opaque set. The opaque set is very important for determining aesthetically restoration, because the opaque side is very block the remaining the caries that can influence the color of our filling. And then there are a translucent shade. If you want to make a composite with multi-layering, I think you have to use the translucent side to the outer enamel. And then there are 18 shade like if you want to use like the sum of effect, you have to use the thin set. And then the other set is special effect like fluorescent and translucency and the enamel crack. So this is how you matching the set. I'm always using the sum of technique to match the composite with the original color of the tooth. The first is a composite button. The composite button is you must to choosing the right composite set with applying a small pieces of composite on the tooth. It is without bonding agent and then lacquer. This is very easy. In this way, the set is closest to the one of the natural tooth can be determined. And then we can taking multiple photo. The technique is to capturing photograph of the teeth and set guide under different lighting condition. The assessment, the closely set and color. So taking a multiple photo and just what the similar color to the set of composite. And then you can read the manufacturer receipt. The manufacturer receipt, some company produce their own set guide to determine the tooth color. So you can just follow the instruction from the manufacturer to reach to make the what you color you want. So get used the reading the instruction from the S brand. And the last is polarized photo. The polarized photo is you determining the set of the teeth by capturing image of the teeth under polarized filter light, which is it can make the glare and reflection will be reduced, so allowing for more accurate assessment of color and set. You must use the polarized photo, but this is you use the many tools for making this technique. So I think you must find your own formula to determining what technique that is easy and simple for you, because I make like that. So you have to, I think you have to try all the method that you know and select the most efficient one for you. I'm personally, I prefer using the composite button technique because it's very simple, although it still require visual training. So I have to, I need I need to make sure to seek a second opinion from my assistant to make sure the 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 real color of the shade. The set of the tooth, it's contain about 18% color or set, and 20% is illusion. So many times the light reflection from the teeth that we see tend to mask their true color. Therefore, the restoration you create should be able to reflect light and masking any color discrepancy between the restoration and the natural tooth color. So it's like a metamerism. So the color is like a metamerism. In this box, we can see two ball in the box lighting by a room light with LED lamp or sunlight appear with the same color. We can see in this box, but let's look at the next box with orange light. The color of the ball look different. This is what is called the metamerism effect. So the color metamerism is a phenomena where two objects or surfaces with different color appear the same when viewed under one type of light, but appear different when viewed under another type of light. So this caused by differences in the reflection spectrum of two different material, which is can lead to different color perception depending on the type of light affecting them. Its name is metamerism phenomena. And then the polishing is create 20% illusion. So by creating a glossy surface for the filling and mimicking the original anatomical contour of the tooth, it will create an illusion and harmony between the dental filling and the original tooth. So the factor that make your composite will be perfect. And then this is the color composite that I always use, the opaque dentin and the high polish enamel. The brand opaque dentin that I always use in my clinic is Miserium UD3. These are two types of composite color that I will use for anterior tooth filling. Opaque dentin and high polish enamel. The frequent issue that found in class 3 and class 4 restoration, where caries has reached the dentin, is the noticeable contrast between the filling color and the original tooth color post restoration, particularly when the dentist use only one composite color. So the primary solution to this problem is to apply an opaque dentin layer as the first coat, because it's capable of blocking the dark light entering from inside the mouth or reflection from any remaining affected dentin. So the opaque dentin is the key for achieve the aesthetic restoration. I will tell you the secret why my restoration is too glossy and can match set with the natural color. The secret is the dentin layer should cover the all cavity until it reach harmony. Your eyes barely detect color differentiations. So mine the thickness of the dentin because the anatomy is your limited. So how about the thickness of the dentin? In this image, the thickness of the dentin in the middle of labial area of the tooth is too thick. So the middle of this area is too thick. It should become thinner toward the incisal edge. It is the wrong place to place the dentin layer. You so the right place is the bevel here, and the dentin is cover the middle of the bevel until maybe ideally it should become thinner toward the incisal edge. So the closer to the incisal, the thinner of dentin layer. So this image is the correct one. So how about the enamel layer? So this is the important one that make your restoration like a life. The by shaping the enamel layer to mimic the contour of the original tooth and polishing it until it's glossy, it will create illusion effect on the filling. So this effect is what we hope can camouflage any mismatched color and create a feeling that closely look the natural tooth. So the two secret is how to we overextension the enamel. We make like a semi veneer. So the margin we hide with the enamel. So the black line, this is my bevel. My bevel, I always use the long bevel for this case. The black line mark the border of my composite layer. The composite layer crosses the boundary of the bevel I create. The thickness of the composite become thinner toward the distal. So the composite layer is placed there, layer by layer. It will result. I'm sorry. So now you can okay. So this the bevel that I make. Actually, I always extend it or exit my enamel past my bevel. My bevel here marked with the black line, and my enamel is surpasses the my bevel. Uh, uh, it is because if I will hide the purpose is to hide my border of my composite. So the thickness of the composite make become thinner to distally, and this is how I always put the composite enamel. So I think enamel must be contain one thick layer composite. So in this case, if you put the enamel layer by layer like that, it will make a line. This line is I name junctional line. The correct place that I always make is one layer composite. So there is no junction when I cure the enamel. This because if the composite layer are placed layer by layer, it will result a junctional. So make sure your layering is neat and homogeneous enamel. So I place a single layer enamel here. But the every question that I have received is how much bevel. The bevel I often commented on my Instagram. Why the bevel is too wide? Don't you know that composite restoration use the principle of minimal intervention? Yeah, I know that. But if you're facing the case like that, this just defect the incisal edge. I think it can you make with minimal intervention. But according to my experience working with minimal intervention technique, it will only be perfect when caries only affected the enamel layer. And the composite color perfectly match the original tooth. But like this case, what do you think? I think it's sufficient with minimal intervention and using a single layer. I think no. This is if you place the composite with minimal intervention and short bevel, in any years the restoration will be like this. The very big shrinkage. So so to redo this composite restoration, you actually will still extend the bevel. This is the composite if you prep just right here. Let's say you use the minimal intervention, the composite border will be clearly see. So on this case, I think a big deal with minimal intervention. So this is the bevel that I always use. Starburst bevel is found by Dr. Brian Essence. So the Starburst bevel is a randomness of the thickness and depth and the width. So it like a irregular bevel. So see this bevel, this is your bevel and this is your dentin. So there is no exactly 100% correct side. And my bevel starburst like that. The yellow mark the dentin, and the irregular line mark the enamel. So your eyes and brain barely identify something irregular. So you must to use it wisely. And then how about the palatal approach? The palatal approach is when the technique is which the filling material is placed from the back or from palatal side of the tooth. This is without touching the labial surface of the tooth. This allow the filling to be more aesthetic as is not visible from the outside line or from labial. So if your caries is not too clearly from labial view, maybe you can use the palatal approach technique like this image. But if like this image, the caries is view clearly in front view, I'm not recommended for using the palatal approach technique. I think you must preparation reach the labial structure. This image is shown that if you just prep in palatal approach, and this will seem like contrast composite with the pure color set, and the remaining caries is clearly seen in the labial view. So for this case, I think you must prep the structure of the labial too. So this is some of my example case. This case is when you put the prep the all of structure palatal and the labial, and then you will create like this. So if the indicator is when the caries see clearly in labial view, I think you should to make class 3 with reach the palatal and labial preparation. So what about the tie contact? How to make the tie contact when you rewalling proximal wall? To rewalling proximal wall, make sure you use the matrix proximal. So the technique is you must put the sectional matrix in the proximal and push the matrix to the mesially, and then you can cure the composite. Okay, like that. The brand is like the image sectional contour metal. You can use like this matrix, and then you can also use this matrix. This is the tools that that always I use in my clinic. Now we come to texturing and perikymata. To create a more realistic effect on the filling, texture is sometimes added to the labial surface of the tooth, such as labial groove and perikymata. So like this. But this selection case is wisely you choose, because adding texture is after surface plane of dental filling closely resemble 19% of the original tooth anatomy. And the brush that I always use is this flame. Okay. Nah, there is the final prep when you use the Perikimata and in vertical groove. So the burrs that I use the extra fine flame burrs. So this is the final condition. So before you contouring, I recommend it to mark the labial surface using a pencil or articulating paper like this. And I will show you my video, the processing or contouring. So this is the video after I final restoration.
Batıp gitti, seni görsem yüreğim tüpüne. Tartaşın mutkun gün tünüme. Tartaşın mutkun gün tünüme. Dondurup taşlagan ötken günüm, orap soluk bal tekken gülüm. Ötken başlar yıkışız tünüm, tangar kaydırı dökken nurun. Onga batıp da dağımı tüzdüm, okşak bal çürüydüm, şezdin japrağına kurağın
This is
yüzdüm.
all you wanna hear, Schuster.
Balam bir ona zıldı balam, balam bir ona zıladı balam kaderli. Kadir gittim, balam bir ona zıldı balam, balam bir ona zıladı balam kaderli. Kadir gittim.
This is all you wanna hear, Schuster.
Batıp gitti, seni görsem yüreğim tüpüne. Kardeşim mutkun gün tünüme. Kardeşim mutkun gün tünüme. Karaval karasam yüreğim süngüyüm karamazsam süngüyüm. Çidur alacağız tam gülü kaptaki zorlar. Karamazsam kol jürgüyü geç kalıbıyım olup gidip dinlendi. Seni oylamayın adamın dinlendi. Unutup aldım dinlendi.
This is all you wanna hear, Schuster.
Balcım ben tasılık bal Çektirdin işte kalsam kal Tüm kalmak rastım kalmak Yugalar gerek ayt dal tüm kalmak Tüm kalmak Keremek tüm bolmak Tüm kalmak Keremek tüm bolmak
This is all you wanna hear, Schuster.
Yeah. That the glimpse of my video documentary how I make the texture effect perikimata and vertical groove. So sometimes these things are not necessary because your patient doesn't notice each other. So do it wisely because too much texturing and perikimata can compromise your polishing. And this is after you final restoration and then you polishing, you must adjust your position. This position when you are on 12 o'clock, focus on the condition of the patient lips like this. It will, so you can focus to the patient lips. You see it's normal. But when you move to a different position from the front of the patient, this will be like this. So imagine this is your final restoration. It is called with it is caused with the distortion of visual. So this is also one of the determining factor for the harmony of feeling. When we feel we have done it perfectly, but forget to evaluate from the front view, and the patient feel that there is something lacking in terms of the proportion and dimension of the teeth. So you must adjust your restoration, the proportion of the width and of the length. To evaluate the length and shape and midline, I always this position. So the position purpose to avoid visual distortion of your restoration. And you must walk one by one when facing multiple restoration. Start with the tooth closest to the midline, and then now you move to the other after finishing. So this is my case. There are three caries, the three tooth that I have done with preparation. So I start restoring with the closest of midline. So this tooth is closest the midline, and then you complete it until polishing, including the proximal side, and polishing it as perfect as possible on it. Then you move to the adjacent tooth. This is still close the midline, and the final you process the lateral incisor. So if you have the multiple case like this, finish one by one. This is the final preparation. So it is often happen in multiple class 4 anterior restoration. When the proximal caries is done to prepare, it's challenging to reposition the proximal wall back to its midline position. So sometimes we need measuring tools to make sure the width of the restoration doesn't exceed the midline. So you can use the probing or micrometer screw such as to determining the position of the midline. And now we are going to the important tools. One is the pencil. So this pencil is very useful for marking the texture point that we will create. For example, is to indicate the position of the transitional angle, and also for vertical groove texturing. The brand of the pencil is doesn't matter as long as it can be written on the tooth. And then you must to know before texturing the tooth surface. It is important to understand the anatomy of the tooth that is visible on the surface. We need to know the shape, the curvature of the all aspect of the tooth. The more labial, the tooth, the more narrow, that creating formation like transitional line angle like this. It also important to observe from the incisal sides view to assessment the thickness and curvature of the labial tooth surface. And then we are going to other line. If you marking the transitional angle, this is the restricted area. So you just create in the area, and then this is avoid this area that are marked white. So the final transitional line angle. So what about the polishing paste? Actually, I never use the composite polish paste because for me, using water during polishing is good enough to achieve a glossy surface. So always maximize the use of the material you have around, and if you have a polishing paste, maybe it might be better result. So I think it is up to you. And then the tools that always do polishing is this. This name is soft like this, and this is if rubber, they are polisher. It have a two color, pink and gray, and the face I use the polishing this is for flatten the filling surface. After that, I use the if red color for smoothen the surface, and then finally the end of the polishing is I use the gray for final polishing. So this some kind of soft flake that I always use in my clinic. Then I also use the small diameter the soft flake to making or create the transitional angle. And the soft flake you can use is several times. So how to using these tools? Using these polishing tools is you must do gently push and intermittent moving. So this red if is for smoothing the surface, and the gray is for the final polishing. And when you use these tools, I think you have to assess with camera with the dental photography. Maybe you have like a camera mobile phone or mirrorless. It can be used as a tool to assess whether the labial surface of the teeth conform to the desired surface, and if the transitional line angle has formed. If not visible yet, continue polishing until the desired texture is achieved. So,
do you remember 21st night of September? Lovers changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away.
Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing
this is an overview of how to use the polishing tools. I hope you get the point, and at the end I will explain how to reducing the bubble in the composite filling. This bubble can significantly affect the aesthetic when we finish the dental restoration. This occurs because the composite applied is not perfectly homogeneous. So to avoid this, use a composite brush like this, and also use a lubricant with resin stick. And the move is gently press the composite until the composite is smooth and no surface bubble are visible. And then the final is you can cure it.
Of your own.
So that is the video, the how you remove the bubble, and you must clearly see if the bubble is still on the surface. So you can correction this with immediate post restoration. The way is you prep the bubble and you get the sandblasting and then bonding again, and at the end and put the composite there. And if there's a border, the composite and the tooth after you correction the bubble, follow up again and do the prep, sandblasting, bonding, and put the composite again until the composite is blend. So maybe I think this is the step-by-step how you can restoring the anterior composite, and the end of this session I will show you my step-by-step from my documentary video. So this is my documentary video in case of the class 3 caries.
Everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I
So this in this case, I just use two kind of composite. The first is dentin and the second is enamel. So just use two set of composite. So I think it's very easy for you to create like that. Didn't use any composite, but if you want to create the more aesthetically or the more natural, I will show you my second documentary video about how to make this natural teeth with many of effect. So here we go. video that I created during the filling procedure. Maybe that's all from me now. So maybe you see it difficult to try in your office, but I think this is very easy if you want to practice on your daily office dental. So no talent is suddenly perfect, only a practice hand. So keep learning by doing and doing it until you find it was very easy. Anyway, I think have one hours I explain to the topic. Maybe my speaking is not clear for you all, but I hope my video can explain more for you. Anyway, I would like to thank all my colleagues for being here today. I hope you can get the point of this topic and find it easy to implement it in your daily practice dentist. If you have any question, maybe you can send me direct message to my Instagram account. Once again, I said thanks to Dr. Sanof, and I hope we can meet again. And good night for all. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
so
Dr.
much,
Sanof.
for sharing your knowledge and expertise when it comes towards anterior recession. What a great end. Definitely, surely, many of us would leave this discussion with amazing takeaway points and implement techniques as per discussed. And thanks to all the doctors for patient listening and your participation for this webinar. And I hope all of you will depart this session with positive, confident manner. So once again, thank you so much, sir.
With pleasure, Dr. Sanof.
So it was definitely a wonderful and informative discussion, and we really appreciate your valuable time for our series episode.
Okay.
So please do check out our sir's Instagram page where you can appreciate his clinical works, and please do follow him. And if anybody has missed out any previous webinars, you can do check out our YouTube channel, which is all the Safe Dental Updates, and please do subscribe as well. So thank you all, and have a great night.
Good night for all.